are live. I know I'm a little early, but I start a little early just in case there are any technical issues that we have to fix. Hello, everybody. Welcome to hour 13. Wow, 12 hours yesterday. Amazing that I'm still alive. Amazing that you're still alive. I was really impressed with how many people were there for a lot of that time. Hello, Comic Tropes. Speaking of somebody that was there for a lot of that time, Chris from Comic Tropes was there for quite a while. Hello, Sparkster. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. And thank you for doing some Cobra Convergence 6 stuff. Yes. Hello, Chad. Taco Bell. Hello, Lester. My voice is, excuse me, my voice is recovering. I'm doing okay. I did rest my voice like the rest of the evening and almost all of the day today. Yeah, the voice is recovering. I'm gonna survive. I will be able to still communicate, and we're gonna make it through here. Hello, Beta Ray Bob. Hello, Jumpin' General. Hello, Matthew. Hello, guys. Welcome to Hour 13 on July 5th. I want to start. Lester was on for 8 hours. That is amazing. That is amazing that people stuck around that long. But yeah, I was impressed and humble. So thank you. Sparkster, yes, I'm looking forward to them. Yeah, now that I've started, my allergies are messing with my nose. Sorry about that. I'm happy to see them, Sparkster. Happy to see you doing some CC6 stuff. So thank you. Hello, Gaz. It's Gaz again. Gaz is always here. Gaz is probably here even when I'm not here. Hi, Gaz. Nice to see you. So I want to start by mentioning that today is again Cobra Convergence 6, and today is hello, thank you, Real Outer and Collins. Hello, Jeff, and hey, Sergeant Slaughterhouse. Good to see you again for a second day. Today is Timmer's Day for Cobra Convergence 6. So, if you haven't already, please go check out the Half the Battle video. He did a review of the Mega Viper. Quite an entertaining figure and quite an entertaining video. So, I've mentioned before, Timmer is a good friend, and he's been very good to me, and I really appreciate everything he's done. Like last year when I was not around, he really kept the spirit alive, and I really appreciate that. Hello, Chad. Hello, Ryan. Hello, Duruti. Hello, Michael Mitchell. How do you do? I probably, I've noticed a few things from the fridge go missing, but so do catch Timmer's video if you can, or if you haven't already. I am always entertained by his stuff. I really enjoy what he does. So it's his day for Cobra Convergence today. Christian says, "Hola from Chile. Great channel. Love it, G.I. Joe." Hello, Chile from the United States. Thank you for being here. Thank you very much. Hey, it's JoeFan84. I did rest pretty. Take a little while to fully recover. That was a long. As you can tell, my voice is mostly still there. I rested the vocal cords like all day today, so I think I'm gonna be all right. Hello, Explorizo. Hello, Andrew, the guy so nice they named him twice. Happy 5th of July, yes. What do you think about the recent theatrical presentation of G.I. Joe, the movie? It was fun. I giggled through the whole thing. The G.I. Joe movie is, I will give it this. It is entertaining. It is certainly not boring. So whether you think there's a lot of merit to the movie itself, it's not boring. It will keep you entertained, and I enjoyed it at that level, certainly. Tea with a teaspoon of honey will help. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Before we get too far in, after shouting out, hey MCDJ ACDC, after shouting out Timmer, I want to go through the Cobra Convergence presenters for the next week. so you know what's coming up between now and next Tuesday. And then, of course, next Tuesday, I will give a shout out to the guys that are producing for the following week. So next Tuesday is the 12th, I believe. Did I get that right? Next Tuesday is the 12th. Yes. So between now and the 12th, you have Timmer today. You have Peg Warmers tomorrow, and Peg Warmers has been with Cobra Convergence for several years now. Kevin is a really cool guy. He's been a very good friend. So hey, it's hello GI Joe Berg. How do you do? Yes. Let's see. GI Joe Berg says Timmer painted over his Mega Viper in virtually the same colors scheme I did as a kid. Great minds. Yes. That's I did think that looked pretty good. I did think that looked pretty good, and I wish I had some of my old customs from when I was a kid because, like, I wasn't really around for the Mega Viper, but we did a lot of painting of figures and customization when I was a kid. So peg warmers tomorrow. On the 7th we have plastic battles. On the 8th, we have Snuva's Corner Cafe, and we have What's on Joe Mind. And I believe What's on Joe Mind is going live later tonight, like after this show is over, to talk about After Action Report, Volume 2, which you can get now. So catch What's on Joe Mind, Toy Connections, JLS Comics on the 10th. I'm sorry, Toy Connections on the 9th, JLS Comics on the 10th, Special Mission Force on the 11th, and Forgotten Figures on the 12th. All of the calendar is on HCC788.com. So check the calendar, keep up with the calendar. I will share their stuff, as it goes up, just to make sure that everybody is able to see it and doesn't miss any of it. So I really appreciate everyone who has contributed to Cobra Convergence this year, everybody who is still going to contribute this year, and your own thing. If you have any presence on creative whatsoever, I would love to see you do some Cobra related stuff and send it to me so it can be put in the weekly promo video. I've already got some submissions for the next weekly promo video. So yeah, send me your stuff and let's get your stuff in front of other G.I. Joe fans. So the rest of us know what you're doing and know what creative, awesome things that are going on. Hello, Big A Dave. Hello, Eric Gullinger. Hello, hey, Rob Vegas. Nice to see you. Rob Vegas has been active as well. So thank you, Rob. Thank you, Rob, very much. Those are the scheduled presenters up through July 12th. We have some really good ones after July 12th. Hello, David Sharp. We have some really good ones after July 12th. But I will talk about them next week. Just giving a preview of what's coming up this week. So, 12 hours. Hello, Coffee and Shame. Hello, Game Master's Hobby. How do you do? Hello, Robert Hawkins. How am I still conscious? It's just coffee. Coffee. That's the only thing keeping me going. So 12 hours yesterday. I was online for 12 hours. And a lot of you were there, and I had a great time. It was a lot of fun. I had a list of activities to try to fill the 12 hours. And I thought that, I would have to stretch it. I thought that, I might have to try to find some other things to fill the time. But actually, you know what? I didn't get to everything that I planned to do. Like, for instance... where is it? I was gonna build this Rattler construction set, and I didn't get to it. We did build the His Tank construction set. This flimsy, fragile thing. We built that. Hello, James. How do you do? We built this thing, and it was so awesome. I think a lot of people canceled their HasLab His Tank order. Sorry, Hasbro. So yeah, we did build that. We did not get around to building the Rattler. I was going to do a dramatic reading of G.I. Joe Saturday Morning Adventures issue number 3. Did not get around to that. I was going to show off some of the books that I got. Like I was going to do a more in-depth look at like Dan Klingesmith's book. I picked up Volume 8 at Joe Fest, and After Action Report. I was going to discuss all of that. I was going to show you some stuff, and didn't get to any of that. It turns out that, like, the 12 hours almost went faster than well, it did. It went faster than I was expecting. I could have easily done, hey, hello, Jenna, and thank you for being with us yesterday as well. Hello, Space Cobra, nice to see you again. So, yeah, I mean, I easily could have done, I easily had enough material to do like 14 hours. Hey, Gray Fox, nice to see you. Yes, you were there yesterday. I remember. In fact, I'm seeing a lot of names of folks here today who were also here yesterday. So that's really cool. Hello, Counter Clause. How do you do? That is. I mean, I really don't know what to say. I'm really. I'm surprised. I'm humbled. I'm honored that you have spent so much time with me, and it's been a thrill for me to spend this much time with you. So thank you very much. What you didn't get to, you can always be activities for future streams. Exactly. Taco Commander. Yeah. So Chris from Comic Tropes came up with a GI Joe Mad Lib for us, and we had some fun with that. And then I did story time with one of the Find Your Fate books, and I kind of threw in some of the Mad Lib references and answers. So that was fun. That was a nice way to wrap it up, I think, to wrap up the final hour. And I'm still, like, I was able to tidy up around here a lot. Yes, Sneak Fart, and Sergeant Squirt. Oh, he's got a second Mad Lib. So we'll, that means there will be a future Mad Lib, a future G.I. Joe Mad Lib. It turned out well. It turned out pretty good. We ended up having some fun with that. Yeah, and thank you, Rob. Thank you very much. Spirit Spork. So I have, like, this whole workstation here was horribly cluttered after the 12-hour stream, but I have been able to tidy it up a little bit, but it needs to be picked up quite a bit more. Like, I still have the Baronesses. The Baronessesses, the Baronessai, the Baroness. I still have the multiple Baronesses, whatever the plural is in that. The Baronesses. I still have them hanging out here. Like, I've got the O-ring trooper and officer, just chilling over here. Because I haven't had a chance to, like, put them away somewhere where they will be safe. I think we did a watch along of Pigskin Commandos, and I think they're still in my Blu-ray player. So yeah, like, if anybody, like, if I get nervous here, like, if I suddenly decide that I'm too nervous public speaking, and I need to hide to regain my composure, I'll just put that up. Can I hang that up? There. So yeah, I've got a plan. That's my escape plan. I wasn't sure exactly what to do this time, because I don't think I necessarily have enough time to do all the stuff that I missed in the 12-hour stream. Like, for instance, judging from how long it took to construct the HISS tank, this is going to take a while. This will take a while. So maybe in the future. So yeah, and oh yeah, I thought I could have done a dramatic reading of the Saturday Morning Adventures comic, but I didn't. It's over there. I didn't move it over here when I started. Genius. But one thing I did want to do is go over these books really quickly, because, like, they're really cool, and I think that you might find them interesting. Since After Action Report has, like, the Volume 2 Kickstarter live, and it has been funded apparently, so you can like go and just you know pre-order one. But this is volume one, and it's the GI Joe comic books, and it's the Marvel era, 1982 to 1996. And you're probably saying, "Hey, 1996? Didn't the Marvel series end in 1994?" Well, yes, it did, but there were a few comic books that came after, and there was like the Dark Horse series that came after that. So this encompasses all of that. Sparkster, I do have plans to build a Rattler out of Lego pieces. Unfortunately, I don't have the pieces in time for conversion. That's okay, understandable. But I would love to see what you manage to do when you have the pieces. Magnus, my friend Magnus does Lego and has done some Lego GI Joe vehicles that have turned out really cool. There are some amazing things that you can do with Lego. Some amazing customs that you can do. So I just think they're really cool. And I'm not a Lego guy, so so I'm amazed by it. Like I'm always impressed by it because I don't know how you guys do all of that. Like I wouldn't. I don't know the pieces, and I don't have the brain for like constructing those. So it's like a superpower to me. So I love seeing it. And like, see this thing. Like I'll bet. See, that's what I'm talking about. I'll bet there have been some better custom Lego his tanks than this guy. Yeah, and Pegworm was asking like, but one thing I tried out is that you can't apparently fit the minifig in the cockpit, and Pegworm was asking like if you took the legs off. Could you fit them in that way? And I'm like, no, you can't, because the problem is not the legs. It's the arms, because the arms stick up. The arms stick up. They're too wide. So, like, this is the absolute best you can do. That is the absolute best you can do. So he's kind of laid back there, and, like, you have to lift the arms up. And, of course, this comes off. You have to lift the arms up to sort of get him in there. It still doesn't close, right? So in order to lift the arms up high enough so that his head doesn't hit the top of the canopy, you have to lift the arms up enough that his arms hit the top of the canopy. Genius. Genius. Look, I'm no Lego scientist. But that's just it's not how I would have done it. Sparkster says, I can assure you, my HIS Lego version will be sturdier. I'll bet. I even have plans for the one you and Timmer love, the septic. Yes, the legendary septic tank. And true story, I did send Timmer a septic tank. I for real did, and I sent him the box for it too. In the care package, if you look at the unboxing video that Timmer has on the care package that I sent to him, like at the early part of the pandemic, I just like all I was supposed to send him was the Doc figure. It was one of his Grail pieces, right? It was a convention Doc action figure, and I was able to find it for him, and I got it for him on American eBay, and then sent it to him. But I decided to send a bunch of other stuff too. And I thought, I mean, he has a pretty complete collection, more complete than I have, right? Timmer's action figure collection is much more complete than mine. So I'm like, what do you give the guy who has everything? I say you give him all the stuff he doesn't want. So I gathered up every extra orange action figure that I could find, and I packaged that in there. I sent him my extra septic tank and the box that was in my review of the septic tank. So yeah, I sent all that to him, but I sent him some decent stuff too. Like I sent him a 1982 lunchbox. I sent him a game. I sent him some other things that that were not readily and easily available in Europe. So I thought he might enjoy, having those things. See, 12 hours was amazing. After you ended, I went back and watched some other segment. Okay, cool. I'm glad you liked it. I'm really glad you liked it. I am. They used to show TNG, DS9, and Voyager at 10:30 at night. When I was at high school, I didn't do much homework. Okay, yeah. Let's see. Sorry, I missed some of the live chat. I apologize. Um, uh, okay. Anyway, oh yeah. Okay, you guys are discussing a little bit the big hiss, the big hiss tank. I did order one. I am not in a position to order a second one right now. If I could order a second one, I could resell the second one and would probably pay for both of them in just a few months, maybe in after it ships. But not in a position to do that. So I just got the one. I felt that it was important to at least get the one in order to have something to review. I think that it's important for the channel and to review it. Hello, Bob's Dungeon and Thane Woods and Nyquist. And let's see. Just put together his tank I got from Walmart to use in the background for one of my videos this month. Okay, that's cool. Still have that's cool, Bob. Yeah, the Walmart His tank, like the retro His 2, the blue one. Cobra Island looked at that yesterday, and I actually have it like right there. I'm looking at it right now. It's over there, and I do like the blue. And it got me thinking that after the HasLab His tank is done, after it's shipped, after everybody gets it. Hello, Toys Backs In. How do you do? Thank you. See, I probably could have skipped today. Because I did 12 hours yesterday. But it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. And that's our regular live stream day. And it's my opportunity to say, watch Timmer's video. That's new. Watch the upcoming Cobra Convergence people on the website, HCC788.com. And yeah, keep up with your presenters and make sure you say hi. Okay, and Renegade Biker also got his and back the Sky Striker. So did I. See, I think those things I need for the channel. I need to be able to put it in front of a camera and show you guys. James missed yesterday because working, but that's okay. Real life always takes priority. Absolutely fine. It was fun though. Yeah, see, Taco Tuesday. I really had a good time. Like at the end of it, I was pretty happy with it. My vocal cords were not very happy with me, but I really enjoyed. I enjoyed the interactions. I enjoyed the activities. I just had a good time. I hope everybody else did too. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the HasLab His tank. So maybe down the road after the HasLab His tank has shipped and everybody's got it, I could see them doing a stripped down version, like with no electronics, no extra bits, nothing like that. Like a much less expensive version, at a much lower, a version at a much lower price point, and maybe issue them in different colors, like the blue one, so that like people aren't thinking they're just getting a reissue of the HasLab. They can do something new, because there were tons of his tanks in different colors. In fact, let's see. I think I've got. Oh yeah, this is like. That's the Action Force one, but I think I have the. Nope, I don't. I thought I had the SMS His tank in here. No, I know where the SMS His tank is. It's not in here. But so yeah. So there's the red one. There's the blue one up there. There's been an orange one and a white one, and just lots of. There's a rainbow of colors of the yes, and the septic His tank. So I know that the price point on the HasLab His tank has put some people off, and yeah, I get it, and I always maintain that your money belongs to you. You should never feel pressured to buy anything, like ever. So if you, for any reason at all, you do not feel that you can support the his tank, or you just don't want it, or you just don't feel any pressure at all to pick it up. However, if they were to issue said stripped down version at a lower price point, maybe some people who are not interested in a $300 his tank with all the bells and whistles might look at it for a lower price. Yeah, maybe. Hello, Yo Joe. Hello, Chew and Bubblegum. Hello. If I already said hello to Sparkster, but hello again. I'm just trying to see if anybody's sneak it in here. But yeah, it's something I kind of would like to see them do if they can. And I would not mind. Hello, Chris. Hey, Chris. I'm sorry I wasn't able to make it to the barbecue. I did want me some barbecue. I really did. I was unfortunately quite swamped with video stuff and Cobra convergence stuff that I really had to get done, and I wasn't able to escape. I couldn't even get out of the house to go to lunch locally. But if there's another opportunity, I would very, very, very much like to do it. I don't think I would mind. Maybe some people who back the HasLab hits would be upset if they saw the way they purchased for $300 being sold for half or a third of that later. But I don't think I would have a problem with that, because it really wouldn't be the same one, right? It would not have the light up features. It would not have the electronics. It wouldn't have like the extra weapons and the extra armor plate, and maybe it doesn't have all of the pieces in the back storage compartment. So it would not be the same one. And you, to really reduce the price point, you would really have to strip it down. A lot of what you're paying for is all that extra stuff. So yeah, I don't think I would mind. I really don't. I would be happy if we can get his tank in the hands of more fans, and the price tag that of the HasLab Hiss, that does put it out of the reach of some fans, and I really hate for some folks to just not be able to get it because they just can't afford it. That kind of sucks. But on the other hand, I don't think the price tag is too much for what you're getting. And given how fast it funded, and given how quickly we are blowing through the stretch goals, apparently a lot of other people feel the same. So, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not keeping up with the live chat. I'm terrible about that. Prices on those will jump when they're available on the market. I recently saw a HasLab Unicron at a store. They wanted 2K. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. The production run on these, even if they hit all of the stretch goals, the production run of these is going to be in the tens of thousands, not in the hundreds of thousands that they would have to do if they were to release it at retail. So that makes it a relatively rare piece. Aside from just being really, really laden with features. Hello, Photo Viper. How do you do? Yes, another live stream. I just can't help myself. I am a live stream fanatic. I'm a live wire. You gotta watch out for me. Hello, Keldon. How do you do? Yeah, I just can't help it. But it's Tuesday, right? It's our regular live stream day. And yeah, I am nothing if not attentive to the regular schedule. Comic Tropes, I'm buying it so I can retire when I'm 83. You may be able to. And hey, if you retire, it's big enough you can probably live in it. Just throw yourself a cot in the back, yeah, make sure you replace the batteries so you have light. You got some lights inside. That's my retirement plan. I'm gonna live in it. Hey, we'll start our own GI Joe fan, his tank retirement trailer park where we can all park our giant HISS tanks and live in them. You know, when we're when we are aged. Good plan. Good plan. So yeah. Anyway, I think I expressed a lot of those thoughts last night, but I was just thinking about it, and I wanted to reiterate that I think it would be really cool if they did reissue a stripped down version of the HISS at a lower price point to get it in the hands of more fans, and maybe do it in some different colors. Maybe do it in some different colors, or like do a blue one, or do a red one, so it can be like the SMS. You know, people would dig that. That's a callback to a really classic vehicle set. Yeah. At the end of the big 12-hour special, did Hoodie do his Ferris Bueller's Day Off thing? I didn't. I ended it. What did I end it with? What I should have ended it with was Twinkie Wiener Sandwich. But I ended it with like a quote from Buckaroo Banzai, because somebody mentioned it earlier in the evening. Planning on making a remote control. Yeah, that is. I think that's a fun idea, and since it has working treads, you have that option. You know, it's you have that option of doing a motorized one, doing a radio controlled one. Of course, it's not like that out of the box. That's not a feature that it includes. I'm okay with it not being motorized. I've mentioned that before. Like, that is a feature that I personally would never use, so I don't need it to be motorized. But for those of you who are customizers and who are interested in doing that kind of thing, it's big enough, and there are some cavities in there that would fit a motor. It has working treads, so you can get it rolling. You get it rolling. Comic Tropes, I'm going to bring my HISS tank to a car lot and see if I can swap it for with a smart car and see if anybody notices. See, it's yeah, just a spray paint the Tesla logo over the Cobra logo, and just tell them it's a new model. You know, it's the Tesla's new E tank or whatever the hell. So yeah, it'll work. It'll work. Yeah, in case you hadn't noticed, I'm phone right now. I am transmitting live from my cellular phone camera because I was tired and I did not want to set up my laptop again to live stream from the laptop. So we're doing it real basic tonight. What that means though is I can't show you the live chat on your screen. I can see it on my screen though, but if it goes by too fast, I got to scroll up because I missed some of it. Sometimes I miss some of it anyway. So, but we are doing the best we can. We're rolling through. We are rocking and rolling. Let me do something that I did intend to do last night. I would like to. So I got Action After Action Report Volume 1. Volume 1 at Joe Fest, and it was Josh Agavine signed it for me. Roger Taft was not there. Apparently he was not feeling well, so he didn't make it to Joe Fest, but Josh did, and he signed it for me. And I also got to hang out with him for a while. I got to hang with the dude. And I was flipping through this before we started streaming, and like, if you are a comic book fan, this has some amazing details about the comic book series, about the different issues of the comic books, about some variants, about the newsstands, the different printings and how to identify them, it's got like, I mean, look at this. So you see each of those entries, and it's got like some symbols, so it's coded. But if you want to track down, like, really and truly every iteration of the G.I. Joe comic book of each issue, they have done the research here. Wheel of Fish, stupid! You're so stupid! See what you got me doing? Shame on you people. Shame. I blame you, the audience. There's also an interview with Larry Hama in here. There's an interview with Rod Wiggum. Rod Wiggum interview. And then it goes like beyond the Marvel series and Special Mission and Order of Battle and the yearbooks that we're all familiar with. Yeah. We don't need no stinking badgers. Let's see, but it includes like Tales of G.I. Joe. So yeah. Yeah, so it's got that, but then it goes beyond that. I'm sure Sergeant Squirt and Platypus Eyes are in there somewhere. It's got everything else. It's got all of the Joe appearances in Marvel Age, and I was aware of some of these, but not all of these. Okay, he's got the Find Your Fate book series in here. He's got like the young adult book series in here. And then, as if that weren't enough, he's got European missions, and let me show you these. And Action Force. And like I have had the good fortune of reading some Action Force. Chris Cyber Tiger was generous enough to send me some issues, so I have had a chance to read some of that series. It is very cool and very interesting. Well, they have the stupid thing. It's falling apart just sitting here. But he's actually gone through and done a summary and gotten images from the entire Action Force series. And that's not all. We've got GI Transformers crossovers, and there's apparently a lot of those, especially in the UK. GI or Transformers and Action Force crossovers, Timmer finally reviewed Mega Viper, and see, Timmer had a great time with the Mega Viper. I'm sure it's his new favorite thing. He's got the G.I. Joe 3D, and one thing that I'm very interested in, he's got the official How to Draw G.I. Joe. That's what I need. I need books to help me know how to draw G.I. Joe. And then, it goes into Sergeant Savage, and then there's the Dark Horse series that I think, fewer people remember very well, and fewer people go back to. It was during the G.I. Joe Extreme era, which is kind of a blind spot for a lot of us. I have covered some of G.I. Joe Extreme, not a lot, but there was the Dark Horse series, including a cover by Frank Miller. And I remember looking at this. I remember when I was in, first issue had a cover by Frank Miller. I remember, I believe I was working at Gardner's at the time when I saw this. And I was way out of G.I. Joe by then. I had not been around G.I. Joe for quite some time. But I saw that, hey, I recognized that, hey, that's a cover by Frank Miller, and it's a G.I. Joe comic. So I picked it up, I looked through it, and I'm like, I have no idea what this is. I like, the words and the pictures I could not translate in my mind. It didn't make any sense. So I did not end up getting it. But I wouldn't mind maybe going back and at least looking at it, at least kind of getting a better idea of what it is. There is this, which is also really helpful to me, and this is a first appearance guide. So if you go to yojo.com, they do have a list of the comic books, and they go through all of the the Marvel series and the comic books have like a summary of the issues, and they have like a list of who is in each issue, and that's great. That's fine. That's helpful. But if I am trying to find the first appearance of a character, they don't have that listed out. You know, and unfortunately, they don't have it like on the individual characters page either. Like, this character first appeared in issue this. Now, there are some websites that do that, but they actually don't have all of the characters listed, unfortunately. So when I'm trying to figure out where a character actually first appeared, you know, rather than having to flip through every single issue myself and look for it, I could miss it though. If I'm flipping through trying to find it and I miss a page, or I don't look closely enough at a page, I can miss it. Well, this is helpful, so I can try to not miss the first appearances. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Are you picking up what I'm laying down? Are you getting it? So anyway, After Action Report Volume 2. Kickstarter now, and like I said, I believe after this live stream, What's on Joe Mind is going to go live. So pop over to What's on Joe Mind, tell them HCC sent you, and they're going to talk about Volume 2 of this book. And finally, I wanted to show you this one, just because I like it and it's cool, and I just got it. The Dan Klingensmith books. Dan Klingensmith has a lot to preserve, like the pre-production history, along with Joe Declassified has also done a lot to help preserve the pre-production history. But Dan Klingensmith he's made these series of books. This is Volume 8. They're not real thick, right? They're not real thick, but like I have barely even creased the spine here. I haven't had a chance to look through it very much. But you've got the table of contents, and you've got it's separated by year. And so, for instance, this book has pre-production material on from 1982. It's got Flash. From 1983, it has the APC and Doc. And from 1984, it has Blowtorch. From 1985, it has the Crimson Guard and others. So yeah, check this out. So I know there are a lot of Flash fans out there. Hello, TNT Skate. How do you do? Thank you for being here. Let's find it. So yeah, you want to see how Flash was developed, how the concept of Flash evolved before he was released as an action figure. You've got the pre-production artwork here, and as well as notes and comments. See, this is pretty amazing. And this, yeah, right here is that is not a Flash action figure. That is a 2-up Paint Master that was used to produce the action figure. So for those of you who don't know, like the sculptor design, or the sculptor, what's that? Rob Vegas, you're going to be in. Is somebody been coming to Tulsa? Hello, take me back to Tulsa. I'm too young to marry. So the designer, they draw the pictures, and then they create kind of like a worksheet for the sculptor, and they send that to the sculptor, and the sculptor sculpts the parts out of. They use different materials to sculpt it. Sometimes wax. I believe Bill Merkline liked to use like a 2-part plumbing epoxy to sculpt the actual figure, but it's sculpted at twice the size. It's sculpted at 2 times the size of the actual production figure, right? So that sculpture, that's done on a buck, right? So it can have like the articulation and points where it's supposed to have them. That they make a mold of that, and then the resulting piece is called a two-up, right? It's called a two-up because it's twice the size, and then they will paint that on what's called a paint master to figure out like what the colors are going to be, or like how the final production colors are going to look on it. And yeah, and from there, you know, they communicate with the factory, and they scale down the two up to the actual size. They use a machine. It's a machine that's similar to the one that makes a copy of your keys. If you get a copy of a key at like Walmart or AutoZone or whatever, they use something similar to that to scale down the two up down to the smaller size, so they can make the metal mold, the tooling that they will inject the plastic into, and you know, sell us plastic things. So that's really yeah, pantograph. Thank you. Very good. This has a lot of that information in it. So I have a few issues of this now. It's like, look at this. That's Doc, but like early ideas for Doc, and then later ideas for Doc, and all of these toys and all these figures, you know, went through more than one draft, more than one version before they settled on what the final figure was going to be. And I'm really interested in that history. I really am. So anyway, I just wanted to show off these books. So that's After Action Report. I got Volume 1 at Joe Fest. And then Dan Klingensmith's book, I got Volume 8 also at Joe Fest. I need to go through the ones I have and see which ones are missing, and like fill in some of the gaps in these, because this information is really helpful for researching for reviews. And I've gotten a ton of really great information on the other volumes that I have for reviews that I've done. So it's one of those things that I do as a matter of routine. I always check to see, you know, like when I'm researching a video, I always check to see if there is an entry for it in the Klingensmith book. I also check the Bellomo guide, because sometimes Mark Bellomo's Ultimate Guide to G.I. Joe also has some valuable information on the entries for the figures and the vehicles. So I always check that as well. I have a routine that I try to go through all the pertinent print research materials that I have as I'm writing the review, so I can try to include some of that information in the video review. So that's been really helpful. I don't have all of the volumes. I need to go and look and see which ones I'm missing and try to pick up some more of them. So yeah, this is the kind of thing that's kind of thrilling me now. This is what kind of gives me a thrill, is to get stuff like this and stuff like this that has information that I didn't have. And yeah, I hunger for information. Yes, and thank you for listening to my monologue. I know I haven't been keeping up with the live chat too well, but you guys have been keeping it going. So thank you very much. Were the figures designed for 1995? Were there figures designed for 1995 that got scrapped? There definitely were. Some of the 1995 figure designs have been leaked, and some of them actually had prototypes made. In fact, while I was at Joe Fest, I saw the prototype for the unreleased 1995 Baroness. So yes, there was a series that was planned for 1995, but they scrapped it. They scrapped it in favor of Sergeant Savage, and we all know how well Sergeant Savage did. But anyway, hello, Douglas Dello. I don't think I said hello to you. Hello, and thanks for being here. Can you describe what the Baroness looked like? I mean, there's no color on the prototype. It wasn't like colored like the final production figure would have been, but it had like it had like a sculpted Cobra emblem on the chest. And it had a head that was a pretty good update, I think, of the 1984 Baroness head. It was it was refreshed. It wasn't exactly the same, but it was a nice update. I believe there are some photos out there. I believe someone has some photos online of that particular Baroness figure. The probably reason starts with I don't remember. But I do remember it looked like a battle core figure. You know, battle core figures they have a look. You know, the sculpting and the design it changed by the time you hit 1993, 94, 90, and would have been 95. So it very much fit with the battle core aesthetic in my opinion. So yeah, I know somebody, and maybe Forgotten Figures has that. I know that I saw them somewhere, and I may have seen them on Forgotten Figures site. So, yeah, I'll have to see if I can dig those up. Fisherman Bazooka and Giraffe Pants Leatherneck. Yes. So yeah, this Bazooka on vacation, and Leatherneck, who definitely killed and skinned a giraffe to make those pants. Very fascinating design choices, I have to say. Unexpected. Was 95 Baroness an O-ring figure, an old school type? It was O-ring. I could tell. It was definitely an O-ring figure. Hang on, I was just curious about something. 1 second. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, since you mentioned a couple of the Battle Core figures, I thought I'd see if they're in this book. There's some Star Brigade and some Eco Warriors, but I don't see the Battle Core in this book. But I know that they've been in some of the other books, which I don't have handy. Of course, I wouldn't have them handy. But anyway. I really enjoy learning about the pre-production stuff. That's, at least at this phase of my collecting, I'm getting more enjoyment out of that than I am out of, like, acquiring new pieces for the collection. And I do need to pick up the collecting a little bit. I need to actually secure a few new pieces for the collection. Some things that I would like to review in the near future. Yeah, like, buying new toys hasn't been the highest priority lately, although it will be very soon. Like I said, I need to pick up a few things, but like getting reference material lately has been a higher priority. Don't have many Joes past 89, and that's, yeah, me too. And for me, it was mostly like 88. I think I had like 189. I had Rock and Roll version 2, yeah, 1989. But yeah, by that time I was pretty much out of it. So I did not learn of like Battle Corps and Star Brigade and all of that until I came back to G.I. Joe as an adult collector and like started looking at yojo.com and 3djoes.com and seeing a lot of the stuff that I missed. And I'm like, wow, I can't believe I missed that. Sure am sorry I missed the space aliens. My last Joe figure came in a McDonald's Happy Meal. That's interesting. Do you remember which one it was? That's really cool. What about launching a crowdfunding campaign on Coffee or Patreon to get parts for the Defiant? I think a lot of us would support that. That's an interesting idea. The Defiant, it has proven so expensive and difficult to complete that it's stalled a bit. And I do want to complete it. I really do. Not only do I want to complete it, I want to like replace some of the base pieces, like some of like the base vehicles, the vehicle shells, because some of them I think are just not quite in good enough shape to review. But I don't want to start from scratch. I want to keep most of what I have. And like I do have a lot of parts, but there are still a lot that I have yet to do. So that's an intriguing idea. I think the one thing that would make it difficult for me to do that is that I have a hard time asking people for things and for money. Like I have the Patreon thing, and that's hard. That's difficult for me to do. It's difficult for me to. Thank you, Chad. See, I didn't have the live chat scroll up. Chad sends super chat, says, have you ever considered doing a favorite figure of the year list type video? Like picking each figure and saying a couple of reasons why you picked it, kind of a twist on top 10 videos. That's not a bad idea. And thank you for that suggestion. There was an idea I had for a top 10 video a few months ago, but I never did it because I just don't do top 10 videos. My brain doesn't work that way. But an idea like that may be a little better. I may be more able to do something like that than a more traditional top 10 video. Let's see. Sparkster, I know the feeling about the Defiant. Went through 4 Scorponok base transformers to get a complete one. Yeah, it is a challenge. It really is. You should combine parts from both versions of the shuttle. I do have the Crusader, and I believe my Crusader is complete. I even have the original wire, the umbilical wire that goes with it. I do not have the umbilical wire for the Defiant, but I've been wanting to find somebody who has both the Defiant and the Crusader who can tell me if the wire is the same. Is it an identical wire, or is there any difference? Now, as you may be aware, that wire is just like an electrical wire. You can get it at the hardware store, right? And that's what a lot of people do. But I am a vintage G.I. Joe toy reviewer, so to properly review the vintage Defiant, I can't just pop down to the hardware store and get a new wire. No. I have to get an old wire that came with the Defiant and the Crusader. That's just how I have to do it. It's a psychological problem, and I should seek help with it, but I must have old wires. Send me your old wires. Not your new wires. Hello, Woodman. How do you do? Nice to see you. I don't think I said hello to you. Hello, Stonegate Creations. The thing about reproductions, I cannot do that for a review. I can't. If I put a reproduction in front of an HD camera and put that out there in a review, then somebody who is out there looking for that item based on my review may mistakenly get a reproduction part instead of an original part because they were not aware that that there was a difference. So for a vintage toy review, gotta have vintage parts. That is part of the very character and the nature of the reviews I do on this channel. That is at the very core of what I do, and that is something that I cannot compromise, even though it certainly would be cheaper. But we got to try to do it the right way. So I'm trying to do it the right way. So anyway, hey, it is about at the 1 hour point, but I think I started a few minutes early, so I got 5 minutes. Okay, even though we're about at the 1 hour point, I got 5 minutes till the 8 o'clock hour at my time. So I'm gonna hang out with you guys for a little bit longer. They're exactly the same. I had the Defiant originally. Only figure left of it after is the payload figure. That's cool. That is helpful because I have a high confidence that the umbilical wire that I got with my Crusader is an original one, but it's really hard to come by original Defiant umbilical wires, and it's this is something where if you're really committed to authenticity, which I am, then you've got to be able to find somebody that you can trust, that's not going to pull one over on you, and that is going to make sure that what they're sending you is the authentic part. And yeah, no, that don't work, Matt. Sorry, that's not what I do. That's a hard line for me. So I always welcome to check out reproduction toy channels, but that is not not my shtick. That's not what I do. So yeah, we got to do it right. We got to do it right, or we don't do it. And the Defiant is a challenge, but it's a challenge that I'm gonna do right. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's what we do. But yeah, since you brought it up, Defiant it's on hold, but it's a huge challenge. And I will say this: the Defiant is a much greater challenge to complete than the flag. The flag is much bigger and a much more sought after item. I think the flag is the bigger prestige item, but the Defiant is difficult. The Defiant has so many parts, and every single part is a challenge to find. It can be quite expensive unless you get really lucky. Getting them intact is another challenge. The Defiant is much more difficult to complete than the flag. It just really is, in my opinion. You know, even if just for the sheer number of parts, HasLab classified Defiant a mere $10,000. Yes, $10,000. And then for a stretch goal, you can get a cardboard diorama background. We got it. Anyway, that's cool, Joe Fan. Hey guys, I appreciate all that you do. I really do. And even though like I was really tired after the 12-hour live stream, I felt really good after it. You know, I really enjoyed spending the time with you and chatting with everyone. And you know, this is my favorite part of the week. It really is. It really is. And I look forward to doing it every week, and look forward to doing it next week too. So we got a couple minutes. I'm going to wind down. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm going to collapse. I'm going to try to not speak for a little while, rest the vocal cords again. But I sincerely appreciate everything that you guys have done. You guys really keep me going. Sometimes when there's not a whole lot else keeping me going. So coming here and talking to you guys is it's an important part of my week, and I couldn't live without it. And that's why, even though we were live yesterday, it's Tuesday and we were alive again. Or we're alive and we're live again. And thank you, Thane Woods. Make sure you're keeping up with Cobra Convergence. Check the calendar at HCC788.com. And Timmer has the video today on the Mega Viper. It's something else. That Mega Viper, pretty sweet looking figure. Great looking action figure. It's got to be one of Timmer's favorites. So anyway, guys, I am going to wrap it up. It is about the right time by my clock. And I'm going to say goodnight. And I will see you all next week. See you all later, and cheerio. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.